Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th edition. Join our various gaming groups as we play the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons. And maybe just hang out and chat about gaming in general. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and rpgpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
First off, I'm going to look at his walls and check, because you said he has labels for continents and masses and waters, and I'm just going to see if any of those are made up to impress rubes or if they're all legit.
I was going to say, check an area that you used to sail and see if it matches your memory.
Yes.
Ooh, do me a favor and give me either, as some of the maps sound very crunchy.
Sorry.
Give me a history check. Or if you're proficient in navigation, that, whichever is better.
Navigator tools?
Yep.
That I am proficient in. Okay.
As you pull out one of his maps and you gently open it up, Carter, the cartographer, looks at you with one big eye, and he takes his monocle down off his reading eye, and he watches you. He judges you. He totally insight checks you.
And I watch and judge him.
And as you judge him and he judges you, the chart that you look at seems very accurate. With your solid 10 on a navigator's roll.
Yeah.
It looks very accurate, very genuine.
These looks good. What can you tell me? I think these look good. I'm familiar with this area. You do good work.
Why, thank you. Every map in here for sale has been scribed by my own hand.
And do you have maps in here that are not for sale?
Oh, there are maps that I own that are not for sale, but they are not here. They are locked away safely.
Okay. I'm more looking for information than a map at this point.
And he totally taps his fingers on the 2 coins you put on the counter, and he says, information is sometimes more valuable than parchments. My well-knowledged friend.
Well, I would be happy to support the work of a artisan such as herself, and I'll plunk down another couple of. Well, I'll plunk down one and hold one in my hand and say, "What do you know about
The midnight map?
Legendary maps of the midnight map?"
Oh, and his eyes kind of start to get big, and he's like, you're looking for secret paths only known to the most ancient of spiritual pilots. In fact, I have heard of the Midnight Map. Apparently, he definitely has with his Dirty 22. The Midnight Map is more than just parchment and ink. It is a thing. It is a living thing that is knowledge personified by ink. As, he totally, lights up his little brazier to make some fresh smell here and drops out some tea for everyone real quick. As he says it's an exotic tea from over the seas. Anybody not drinking the tea?
Can I?
I'll sniff it first, but I'm definitely going to drink it.
It smells really good.
You know what? Who am I kidding? I'm a trollkin. I'm going to drink it without sniffing it.
And
You
Callus.
want to, take in the aroma, or it's good tea. Yeah, you want to do that with
The camera
enjoy
pans
the
back to your headquarters as Callus is being served tea by one of the kids. Both of you guys, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
As Callus is just getting good tea from one of the kids.
Okay, Constitution, huh?
Boomhowler drops a dirty 20 and Theo a nice 15. It's a really pleasant tea. If there was some other effects, your body resisted them. So,
Okay, tell me more about this ink personified. Is it a creature? Is it a person?
wow. In fact, he slowly, as he starts using his hands to storytell about you, lifting his hands into the incense that he lit so it gets some smoke for his oration. Because he is a good storyteller, apparently, because when you're a map maker, you gotta tell good stories.
Sure.
In fact, the truth of the Midnight Map is it is darker than you know. The map, in fact, is not parchment, but is a living, growing thing.
A living, growing thing. So that means if you find new paths, it remembers them? Is that what?
And he points at you and says, you're a wise little one. In fact, he pulls out some parchment off like a butcher paper roller and cuts a piece off and then dips his ink in his ink well and splashes it on the parchment so it splatters, makes this big blobby movie, almost organic swirl as he starts doing longitude and latitude lines in this more art than map picture that he's drawing. And he says, in fact, if the rumors and stories that I have heard, the Midnight Map is a living map that is more tattoo than map. Tattoo, and the cartographer pulls one of his sleeves up and you see he's got a number of different map themed tattoos on his arms. That if the stories are true, the first creature of navigation bequeathed the first primordial sailor the gift of the first midnight map. And he draws out a picture showing some night sky shaped creature coming down and dripping on the arm of some ancient vague figure he's drawing. And all of a sudden there's a star chart on the arm. The Midnight Map is a living magical tattoo that the owner bears.
So how does if the person who owns the map, basically, how do they bequeath it to another person?
Ooh, as he rolls really good on his Arcana check too. The rumors are.
As she asks that, I'm going to drop the other coin and just put my hand on my pouch to indicate there is more available.
Ooh. As he looks at Theo's question and says, interesting question. If the rumors, and mind you, I am not trained in the arcane, but if the rumors are true from what I've been told, those skilled in the art of magic tattoos have secrets handed from master to apprentice, that if one was to take the magic tattoo and flay it from its current bearer, they could then burn the map. And yes, you definitely get the idea. He's implying, and as he takes a piece of parchment over to the lit candle there, and he drops the parchment into the candle, and it goes poof into a pile of ash. And he plays his finger in the ash to pile it up, and picks up the ash, and just silently looks to see if anyone is listening, and he sprinkles the ash into his inkwell, and stirs it up with his quill, and then draws a tiny, tiny little map-like tattoo with a little compass in the corner, and circles it, and puts his quill down on top of it. And he says, "Do you comprehend?"
You have to destroy the map. You have to specifically reduce the map to ashes and have it tattooed. Will the tattoo? Oh, go ahead.
You have to burn the body and then take the ash and turn it into an ink and have a tattoo put on?
Just
No.
the tattoo portion.
Just have to flay the map from the body.
Okay, just that.
So you don't have to kill the person.
No, you just have to take his tattoo. Just carve him up a little. Or her. I hope it's not a her.
Such an easy heist. Gee, just go pick up a map.
Now the question is, does either of you want to do an insight check on this gentleman?
Yeah, I think we definitely, because that, it's kind of new. I only have a +1 in insight. How are you on insight?
Insight, I have a -1.
Okay, I will be doing it.
So are you guys gonna exchange a sus look at each other when he talks about flaying somebody alive?
Yeah.
And basically assist each other, so it's with advantage.
Please.
You guys look at each other all sus, then you look back at him, and he just gives another toothy grin as he plays with some of the ash and sprinkles more of it into his inkwell.
Okay.
Burning a map is so much easier than burning an entire corpse, but I guess that would work as well. Ooh, and you have a dirty 20 as opposed to the not nice 7.
Oh.
That dirty 20, as you guys look at him and look at each other, you fully believe the story he's telling you, that this magical map goes from person to person to person. As long as you have a magical tattoo artist to recover the ink by burning it and re-tattooing it on someone else.
So who the hell is where do you find a magical tattoo artist?
They totally exist. It's totally a thing.
Yeah. So
Kelly, why don't you give me an arcana as you say that question out loud?
Oh. Boomhauer, do you have anything in arcana?
I've got a 1.
A +1? I have nothing. I'm like straight roll.
Okay.
So...
Okay. She's like, science! Magic is hokum! Science!
Okay. Oh, a magical tattoo artist. Now that you mention it, I totally have no idea where to find one. I think they exist. I've heard rumors.
With your solid 8, you've heard rumors that there is a secret society of magic tattoo artists, especially with your piratey background, that they do exist, but you know that their art is so sought after and so special and secretive that they're very hard to discover. And you basically would have to go to many, many tattoo artists to try to find one that has actually got the true art. Because the liars lie that they do have the art and that all of their tattoos are magic tattoos. And the real ones don't say anything. Because we all know pirates and tattoos.
Yeah.
It's a subculture of its own. But you know, magic tattoos are so a thing.
Or you go find some tribal witch doctor out in the middle of nowhere that does it.
Where do you think the art came from?
Right.
Kels might know. Marines get tattoos, don't they? Okay. So, what do the rumors tell us about the current possessor of the map? Not the actual possessor, the one wearing it.
Oh. Word is the last possessor I knew of it died 5 years ago. His name was Porno.
Can you spell that?
Did you say
It's his name, and he dries his name out. P-O-O-N-U with the dot over the U.
what I thought you said?
I did say
Ponu?
that. Porno.
Porno. Okay.
He was said to have been killed by one of his apprentices. He would use the map to make small duplicates, from what I was told, and sell them for a king's ransom to both pirates and pirate hunters, allowing pirate hunters to catch their prey and pirates to get away.
So, a cartographer in possession of the map would be in a much better situation than you are, no offense.
If they were in possession of the map, they would be able to give secrets that only the bearer of the map would know. Secrets that change from time to time. One could almost say they would hold the cow that provides the everlasting milk, as opposed to the butcher who serves beef for one night and then has nothing to eat the next day.
Many a captain would be interested in a man like that.
I would, in fact, also be interested in anyone who bears the midnight map. If they would allow me to glimpse the map for a few moments, I would be more than willing to pay.
Well, lady, can you think of anything more this gentleman can help us with?
No, I'm at a loss.
Okay. Well then, okay, one last thing. just to make it worth your while, what do you have in ways of a useful, if you get my meaning, map of the waters to the north of Captain's Island?
Ah.
Not a tourist map, a useful map.
And how detailed of the map are you looking for? Merely the island and its streets, or more?
The more detailed, the better.
As he goes over around the counter, and as he's thumbing through the different maps looking for a couple, and he's putting a couple under his arm, he says, just be aware, if you in fact find a copy of the midnight map, there are rumors that there may be more than one copy of the map.
Oh.
No one knows for sure if there are more than one copy, and if each show unique versions. As the stories say, the map can rewrite itself as the seasons and the tides change. As one who's been at sea such as yourself would be aware of course.
Can the map, if it can rewrite itself, can it transfer itself without the destruction, as it were?
Not from what I've been told. Such a gift cannot be, handed lightly. There is always a cost.
No, but if it's a living being, it could be persuaded.
Well, I don't think it's sentient per se, but
okay. Well, so if there's more than one copy, would the maps be diluted and less effective?
That I don't know. From the oldest story I recall, I believe the first map that was spoken of was stitched to the skin of a drowned oracle, and then was moved to a living host. And as long as it is kept alive, and it's composing of shadow blood and seawater, such as that pumps through our bodies, the map will always continue to function. But these are just stories that I've been told. I've also heard a cautionary story that you should know about if you plan on using such a thing, if it were to exist. It is a story, after all. That other stories claim that this map is trying to find someone, or to lure someone to unleash an ancient seed, or... But these are just stories. After all, one of the oldest stories that I heard is that it will lead you to the place known as the Drowned Place, where the first pirate king and his treasure lie. But surely, if one has the map, they've already looked for such a valuable find. And he spreads out 4 big old maps that he has under his arms. And he's like, this map shows the city streets with the alleys. The next map shows the sewer system under the Captain's Isle, which has the best sewage system of them all because, well, Captains ain't going to deal with the privy. They ain't privy to smelling privy in the summer.
I mean, we bought the fancy outfit, so we definitely want to go in the front door. This is inward thought, not outward spoken.
Not outward. And then the third one shows the city watch search patterns. And it even has a copied print of the city watch captain and the date and time that this watch plan was put into effect, which is 2 weeks ago. And it shows the parade line that's going to go through the island, extra places of heightened security, but it doesn't show the sewers or the detailed alleys.
Oh, man.
And if you would like, you can purchase these maps for 8 gold apiece.
8 gold apiece.
I was going to say, got to be a bargain price there for a group or a
Yeah.
set.
Yeah. How much for the set?
How much for all 3?
Yeah, cash, not credit.
Oh, we don't deal in credits. I would
I
part
guess.
with them for 22 gold.
Discount. And you have been.
And in all fairness, I should tell you that these are merely copies, not the originals. And he winks.
Well, before I put down the gold, he's given us enough information to make it worthwhile. Before I put down the gold, I'm going to reluctantly do an insight check just to see if there's anything on the maps that would make me think they were less than accurate.
Okay.
Oh.
So they look pretty legit from what you recall and what you've seen and the way he's talking. It seems very legit.
My friend, you have yourself a deal. In fact, I will pay full price in the hopes of the full 24 in the hopes of beginning to establish a beautiful relationship.
And he will gladly give you a shake of the hand that leaves a few inky smudges on your hand. And one thing you both notice, somebody give me a perception check. I'm pretty sure you'd notice.
My perception is...
Oh, yeah, don't worry. Your passive perception notice. He rolls a natural 1. As he shakes your hand and starts to roll up the maps for you guys. As he rolls up each map, the bottom corner of the map, you see him tear off a piece of the paper. And his hand kind of flicks over towards the candle and he drops the little like 1/4-inch square of paper into the fire and then hands you each map. And he does it each time almost ritually. And you both noticed with just your passive perception, because his sleight of hand was so shitty, that there was a symbol on each one of the little pieces that he pulled off that was similar. Looks almost like a cartographer's signature. You know, it's not quite their name, but it's a symbol, like a silversmith would use one.
Like
He's basically just taking his name off the paper.
No.
So in case you get caught with it, it doesn't have his scribe mark.
That is legit and fair. I would expect nothing less.
As he totally then goes, after he does that, hands you the 3 scrolls, says, I have a collection of scroll cases if you would like. And there's a bunch of different gilded scroll cases going from really cheap leather to really nice gilded leather for the really cool scroll case tubes. If you were interested in.
You know, yeah, Would all 3 maps fit into one?
All 3 maps, yeah, will easily fit in one.
Then a cheap but sturdy leather functional. I don't want anything fancy or gilded. Although, no, I do want fancy and gilded because it will go with my costume. Damn it.
Oh, there's a very nice bougie gold-plated one for 20 gold at the top that would totally match your outfit.
Yes, please.
Man, he's a good upsell.
As he's like, aha, merchandising. Here's your scroll case. That's really where I make the profit from.
Clearly.
As he's got a
you
small
want that-
sweatshop in the back of Leatherworkers.
Do you want that
by
map
the way-
warranted? Because that you can warranty it for you.
I'm not that gullible. Anyway, pleasure doing business with you. You can call me Gargosh, and I like to know who my friends are. You are?
Oh, gosh, it is great to work with you. I thought you knew who I was when you came into my shop. Apparently, the reputation of Carto, the cartographer.
Oh, I
has
did
not
know your name.
preceded me.
I forgot.
Ah, and this is why you're buying maps, because you never forget if you have it in writing.
I have that's what she's for. I have such a horrible memory.
Ah, well, you are such a verbose, strong troll. You don't need to remember. That's what your partners are for.
Precisely.
She has the glint of wisdom and intelligence in her eyes.
You know, we will be back, likely to do more business with you in the future, Carto.
Why, thank you. Remember, Carto, the cartographer is where you go if you want the charts that will actually show you where you need to go.
Yes. Good slogan. A bit wordy, but I like it. After we get out, I'm going to ask Theo if she wants to take a run at the higher class establishment and see what they can tell us, or if you think we have enough.
We can if you'd like, just for confirmation.
Corroboration? Yeah.
Yeah, but they also might not be more willing to speak of the the nefarious nature of the.
No, but they might know about Lexapro. What's his?
Lexapro?
Lazaro.
Lazaro then.
Oh,
Yeah.
the cartographer. Oh.
They might be able to tell you about.
Well, I say we do it. I mean, better to have more knowledge than less.
Absolutely. But again, it's more your kind of people, so I will be your muscle, and you will be.
Oh.
It's only gold. What the heck?
Well, no. It's like, yeah, but maps are not my shtick, so okay.
I mean, I can advise and help, but I think
I have a boat, and I really want a map, and
yeah, exactly.
It's a ship.
This is my navigator. He knows what he's looking for.
Obviously, he's just a trollkin, so he needs help.
But but it's like we can't just go anywhere. I mean, I do have my standards. So yeah, let's go to the other.
Okay.
And we have a ship, not a boat.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a seafaring
What's
ship.
What's the difference?
She's a proper lady.
Those fighting words, Missy.
Oh, I get it. It's the difference between a base and an acid.
Right, exactly. But on the other hand, for your character, that's perfect. Boatmanship, what's the difference?
For the alchemist, the difference between lethal and non-lethal. I didn't say non-lethal won't suck for 2 weeks, but it's non-lethal. So, Kilke, the cartographer of the captains.
How alliterative.
He literally paid for his placard hanging outside his shop by the letter. And you see these beautiful maps sprawled out in his windows like posters. Each one has got one of the captain's little picture of their silhouette mugshot, showing the routes that they travel as the captains.
Yeah, definitely your class of people. No offense.
And immediately as you guys go in, the doorbell jingles as this proper well-lit shop compared to the basement you were just in. It smells beautiful of like fresh made paper and freshly ground inks with perfumes mixed in them. As immediately this young little fop of a character comes out and says, "Oh, a customer's here. My master will be so glad that you've come to our shop. Would you like to please sit in the sun space while I get you some beverages?"
Why, thank you.
And how well are you guys dressed right now, by the way?
Oh, I nice, but not like the flashy stuff. At least I am.
Yeah, I everyday outfit.
As he totally rolls a 2 for his insight
Let's just
check.
say I don't do my alchemy in this.
As he looks at the two of you and says, "Oh, you are such a wonderful couple. Are you buying maps and cartography art for your house, or are you going on an adventure shortly?"
Couple? No. This is my navigator. I have a little boat. Well, it's a big boat. Oh, excuse me, ship. And I'm interested in some, shall we say, interesting adventures, not just the ordinary.
Oh, most excellent. I myself have not been on a boat or a ship, but I am the principal understudy of Q K, the cartographer. And the way he says it, he pulls a little perfumed hanky. He's, being very fompish. My master is a expert of all of the seas and all of the lands that grew from them. Do you know they say that once upon a time the world was covered in water and the land rose up, and that every day the land changes just a little due to gods and men? Which
no,
is
it's
why
due to erosion.
Erosion, yes. I have heard of that myth before. That is good. So, what part of the world will you be looking for adventure? And of course, he waves his fingers when he says adventure.
Boomhowler, I'm going to sip my tea if you would explain to the young man.
She wants adventure in exciting but unknown places. We do not want to just tour the continents. We want the lesser traveled pathways.
Lesser traveled pathways. Oh, that sounds dangerously expensive and dangerous. Are you planning to go to the north, the east, the south, or the west?
I do not wish to be pigeonholed into a direction.
Oh, excellent. So you're looking for a group discount. How many maps exactly are you looking to purchase?
And I like more secluded travel lanes.
Oh, just one moment. He walks over and he goes over and picks up this very large, round mechanical contraption, goes over to you, pops the legs open on it, and then turns the top part sideways on the metal pole that holds it up and pulls down, and you see it's got 5 or 6 maps layered. Yes, I'm totally pointing out the back when we went to school, the portable maps. And as he pulls it down, showing the big world map is the first map done in beautiful color inks with the water blue and the lands going from brown to white. And he starts to lift the map showing different land masses. We call this the Every Adventurer's Kit. For 250 gold pieces, you will have maps that will show you nearly everywhere in the world an adventurer could go through magic or mundane needs. Also, we will throw in the latest rail map showing where the railroads have set their spikes and have rail access to as well. Thrown in free for anyone who purchases this set.
Doesn't look like anything like
Yeah.
Gloomhauer that
You notice this is like a world view of the world maps. It shows the 5 fingers as this little like 4-inch square.
Do you have?
But you're not seeing any, like these all look like typical.
They all look like typical maps with cities marked out and
But like
occasional
typical,
interesting places. One spot that says "Here there be dragons."
No, the dragons are over there. But
Nothing showing ghost cities and underwater.
do you have anything more portable and detailed?
Portable and detailed will require something more specific than the world maps. Do you have a region in general you would like me to pull up?
Just for conversation's sake, what do you have in the 5 Fingers region?
Oh, we have extensive maps in the 5 Finger region. And he goes over and he pulls a similar device, but much smaller than the first one, sets it up and pulls the maps over. And you see he's got, there's like 8 different maps here, one of each of the islands, fairly well detailed out, and it's got like businesses marked on each of the islands, and then he has the last one in there has all of the islands as well as any of the water hazards clearly marked out, and that map is signed by all 5 of the captains as genuine and official.
Too bad I haven't seen their real signatures.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. No, that's a different character. I was like, I had a character who was a forger who had some forging.
No, I don't have. But they look accurate.
Go ahead and give me a history check with advantage. Or navigator's kit if you got that.
Oh well, history will do.
Okay. That'll do, historian. That'll do. As you get a solid 16, you look and you're just like, wow, look at all the reefs, the sunken ships pointed out on this map here. This looks really freaking well done. And surely it's got to be the for reals.
Oh.
The for reals?
The for reals.
So I will say it looks legit, lady. Or my lady, or whatever I should call you.
And, I give it like a look like that says, and is it worth 250 gold?
No. These maps are only 15 gold apiece, so you can buy the whole set for much cheaper. It's a bargain at that price, I promise you.
Well, you're the one that's going to actually do the pesky navigating. Do you like one?
And his by the way, his persuasion is like a dirty 20. He's very persuasive in his sale, and he really is bouging you up.
So we'll buy one.
Yeah, actually,
pick one, Gorgosh, but I am still in the market for something a little more unique, or at least information on a map much more unique than this.
And what are you implying?
A fabled map.
And he kind of, when you say it like that, all shady, like, give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
You're basically trying to convince him to let you into the secret stuff.
I'm going to use my inspiration on this.
Okay.
14.
As he kind of looks both ways, and he goes up to the door, and he turns the open placard to the closed placard and locks the door. And he says, so your dear lady has some very unique feels and interests. And what I believe what you want is not for sale in the parlor. Please follow me to the shop proper. For this, you must see the actual meat and potatoes of the cartography shop. And he gestures for you to follow him.
With the map on him.
He basically waits for you to come back behind the secret map case door that opens up.
And that's a great place to wrap it up there.
Thank you for listening to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, a member of the Creative Play and Podcast Network. Please follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/CPPN to never miss a show or stream.